Okay, I'm recording this. Hey, everybody, just in case people have more questions and they aren't trying to hop on, we just want to be here to help you guys understand all these new systems that corporate is rolling out so you feel energized and equipped and confident to move forward and grow your businesses. So that's what this time is about. You want to say something, Christina?
What she said. What she said. I will just tell you this. I want to just normalize the learning curve here. Um, all of the diamonds met yesterday on a Zoom like this with corporate to just kind of ask questions that we're fielding and I just want to normalize the learning curve. We're all learning together. And we'll all figure it out together. And leaders embrace change. Doesn't mean that we don't feel the growing pains that come with change. And so you're a leader. And you just have to embrace it and you have to choose to be excited about it. Your body feels the same feelings with excitement or nervousness. And so you can just choose to be excited. What if this is the missing link? Then I'm telling you right now, I really believe this is the missing link. I really, really believe it. I can't even tell you the amount of relief that the jewels feel on our team alone from the fact that we don't have to continue creating systems, massive systems. We were in the process of, and will continue at any point that we have to create the systems. But to be given a system that the entire company can utilize and row in the same direction with, this is how momentum creates. This is how company we can create team momentum on our own. This is how company momentum starts. And you want to be a part of that. If you were not around the last time we were in massive company momentum, you'll want to be. So excited about it. So, questions. What are you hearing from your people? What still feels fuzzy to you?
Can we ask questions like about all the new things plus one and all, okay. Chrissy, you had a good question last night. Why don't you ask that?
So we were wondering for like the fast start refresh, is there a timeline? Like when we first join, you have so many days to get fast start silver. Well, is that the same for the refresh? Or can one of my level ones come in and get somebody in January, February, and March? And as long as they're reordering with new numbers, new points, is it still fast start silver?
They have to have 30 points within a month. It's not like you got one in March, you got one in February, but they don't reorder. If they all it's got to be, I see what you're saying. Are you saying if they get one in January, if they get one in March, and they get one in February, but they're not all ordering at the same time? Is that your?
If they all reorder, so it's all new points for 2025, does it still count as getting your fast start silver?
I would
Obviously, that's not the goal, but that was a question asked to me.
I think so, because they would still be silver at that point, but we will clarify that. That's a kind of an exception. I mean, the goal is because
It
that's
will.
silver.
It will, as long as they all order in March. If all three of them, if at any point during this contest, at any time, someone has three new customers, all order in the same calendar month, yes, it counts.
Okay.
So it's like fast start, but not the same timeline as fast start.
The timeline is January to May.
So it's basically sounds more like it's just re-rank bonuses. Because fast start is like you have to do it in the first 30 days. And then fast start senior silver is you have to do it in the next 60 days. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's actually a much better way to conceptualize it.
Hang and ship.
That's actually a better way to conceptualize it, as you're gaining your one-time achievement bonuses again.
Yeah.
Instead of fast start.
Instead of fast start, 100%.
Well, they call it a fast start because it's a shortened time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And
what is the name of it? Is it refresh?
Fast start refresh. Or fast start refresh. I don't know.
It just needs to be refresh. Call him and tell him that.
It's basically just come make some extra money.
Yes.
Another clarification that we asked on the Diamond Call, they actually changed this because of the questions. So the questions are good. It's facilitating feedback and change. Before they had said, if you're in your fast start window, that you're ineligible to participate, right? Because you're already in an authentic fast start window. But they pulled some numbers and decided that as long as you upgraded before 2025, any brand ambassador from 2024 is eligible to participate, even if you're in a fast start window. So that is very generous. If you upgraded in 2025, then you're in the regular fast start window. So
pretty much everybody can do it. So you're saying if they upgraded December the 20th and they're still in their fast start, that they could possibly get 3 bonuses?
he said they can participate in the refresh and that would not nullify their fast start. Yep. So for instance, let's say somebody went silver in November and didn't do like they're still working, but they haven't hit senior silver yet. They're in range for senior silver fast start technically. If they come in and go silver with new bonus or new business, remember for your refresh bonuses, the business has to be new. So it can't just be that I grew by 18 points on my organization. No, it has to be new business. But if they came in January, went silver, they would qualify for fast start refresh.
So if they came in January, went silver, got 3 people, they would get $100 bonus. Plus, if that happened to send them to fast start senior silver and they're still in their fast start, they're going to get another 150 and another 150.
If they came in November. You said if they
Right.
came in January. January, no, because they're not
Well,
eligible.
no, I meant like if they recruited 3 in January. Yes, if they came in November or December. Yes. Interesting. Yeah, I think it would feel clearer.
Because listen, Terry, so if they came in November, went silver, they're in a fast start senior silver authentic window. In January, they go silver. That's new business. They would get the refresh silver bonus. But if that pushed them to senior silver, they wouldn't get the refresh senior bonus because that 50 points isn't all new business.
But they would get their regular.
Correct.
If they weren't fast start. If they weren't senior silver yet.
Correct.
Ever, they would get their senior silver.
Their original comp plan. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do think it would feel clearer if that bonus was called refresh and then we still had our fast start and then just regular rank.
Well, for the sake of simplicity, call it refresh.
Okay. In my brain, that's what I'm calling it.
I mean, that's what I would call it anyway, because it's 1 less or 2 less words.
Yeah. They are so nice.
Has everybody taken the time to look at the systems? I know Michelle has like 943 times.
No, not that many. I need to go over the sponsor guide more. I'm telling you, just like I said on Monday night, it will take you time. This is not like I'm going to look at it while I'm at a red light, or I'm going to look at it 5 minutes before the kids get into the car. You need time to look because there are videos, there are things to digest. I am still going over it. And each time I look at it, I see something else and I learn something else. So this is like you're putting on a CEO hat and you're studying it. You know what I mean? This isn't a fly. Let me just click, click, click. Oh, those are nice pictures. Oh, it looks cute. Oh, this is a great tool. You need to read and comprehend and digest these because it will make a difference.
Also, you'll have a tracker because tracking going silver with 3 new people, that's simple. And really tracking 50 points of new business, that's also simple. Because remember, it's not just new business in your organization. It has to come from this new leg that you're creating. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a gold and Terry is a silver on my team. Terry's been working her business with me since December. Terry's going to go earn her fast start refresh. That's going to give me 15 extra points. Does that count towards my silver 50 points? No. I need to go silver. That's my 3. That's my fast start refresh silver. If my girls that I just joined, if they go silver, will that count toward my 50 points for fast start senior refresh, whatever? Yes. So trackers are coming, but we made one yesterday where you can kind of start writing down the new people on this kind of new business leg. So you can keep track of that so that you stay clear. It's probably a little simpler in my brain because I've been building 2 different businesses for a couple of years now. So when you enter as a diamond and you re-enter, you get a second business. So my Emerald team over here, it's a separate entity. That's kind of how you'll think about this refresh 5 month system. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. And I know Michelle beat this horse to death the other night, thank God. But this doesn't give you the opportunity to ignore your other people that have been here before the refresh window. The long-term vision is not this refresh prize. The long-term vision is make so much money that you don't care if they dangle several $100s. And to do that, you want residual income, which means you have to be taking care of the customers that came along before this refresh thing. It's really, really important. So I don't want you to think, well, I'm not going to go cast +1 vision to this girl because she wouldn't count for me. No, no, no. That is the opposite way to think about this. When are y'all bringing up the +1? Michelle, do you want to answer that or do you want me to answer that?
Okay, I'll answer it. It'll be interesting to see both of our answers. Okay. When am I bringing up the +1? As they are joining. Because I want them to know that my job is to help. The way I'm doing it is I'm saying, listen, I'm in the conversation before they have hit enter, or order, whatever. I am saying my job is to help you get results. You are going to be 80% more likely, the data has shown 80% more likely to get results when you have an accountability partner, when you're doing it with somebody. And we all know people that want to feel better, have health goals, especially this time of year. Who's going to be the person who's your +1? We call it +1. Who's your +1? So I'm bringing it up from the very beginning. Actually, I was in a conversation yesterday. The girl hasn't even joined yet. And I told her she needed to be thinking about a +1 because she's going to get better results. I'm not waiting until a welcome call or anything like that. What about you, Christina?
Same. If it hasn't come up, which I post a lot about the business, so most of the time when I'm enrolling someone, they know. But if it hasn't come up before they join, that's as soon as they say, okay, I just hit submit, here's my order number. That's when I'll say, hey, listen, I know with investing that kind of money that it's really important for you to get the results you're after. And research shows people who grab a +1, they stick with it longer. They have better results. They're more excited about it, which definitely plays a role. Who can I help you connect with to bring along as your +1? So immediately. Because here's the thing, go grab the +1, then you do a welcome call with both of them. This is how you scale. This is how you save time. So now I can do a welcome call with new person number 1 and new person number 2 at the same time. Actually, I'm supposed to go make a 5-minute video about how I use this and get results for Chris Pike. And I forgot about it and I can't make it today. Can't make it today.
What else? What are some other questions you're having? And just to clarify, I'm not telling them they can't join until they get their +1, because remember, the data says about 1 out of 3 will get their +1. You just have to be okay with that, and it's your responsibility to bring it up. If they aren't talking about the business, because just like Christina said, a lot of people know that they know that I'm doing the business. So it just depends on the flow of the conversation and what you've talked to them about. Okay, Danny, when you do welcome calls, are you just bringing up the biz again, or are you just starting with the +1? I'll defer to you, Christina.
Are you talking about if I'm doing a welcome call for my own person, Danny, or if I'm doing a welcome call for a 3-way?
For like who you just signed up and you already talked about the +1, now you're doing a welcome call.
It depends on what they said about the +1.
Okay.
Did they ignore me or did they brush me off or were they interested? Where are you going? Come back.
I'm here. No, I'm just asking. I will be completely honest. I have gotten away from welcome calls when we started doing the Mary Ann system. So I really feel like I really need to get back to welcome calls. So that's why I'm asking, kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have their own style. I like to do a welcome call. If it's my personal join, I am saving a welcome call until they go silver. Not everyone needs to do that. Most everyone probably does not need to do that. So I would recommend doing a welcome call just to provide good customer service. It's a part of retention. Um, so yeah, I mean, based off of what they say, when we got on the welcome call, after I affirm their product decision, after I make sure that they are confident in getting started in their schedule, after I've shared a little bit of, belief about my own product journey, I would just refer back. Like, hey, you might remember that I mentioned the whole +1 thing. It's an initiative our entire company is doing because the research is showing people are getting way better results. Have you had a chance to think any more about that? Because they're not going to ignore, I mean, they're going to have to answer something at that point, and then you'll have an opportunity to hear an objection, help them overcome it. You could even say, when I started, my +1 was so and so. So all of you need to have your own +1 story that you can say in 30 seconds or less. Because I had this when I started, it helped me with this and this. Because all of you had a +1, obviously, it's why you're here. Or you at least had your sponsor and you were their +1. So you all have some sort of story to tell. So that's what I would do, Danny.
So it feels, and I'm just saying this in case anybody else can relate. So to me, it feels very clear on when you recruit somebody. I will do the exact same thing Christina is saying that she does. I go ahead and just put it in when they confirm their order or whatever. Like I'll go ahead and bring it up then. But what I have done, I mean, the first week or last week I was at Disney. So since I've been back, just in the last few days, Carissa, she had somebody join her. Was it last month, Carissa? Your cousin joined you? Yeah. And so we did not do a welcome call last time, but she messaged her about the +1 because we were, going back and kind of backtracking. And it feels very messy to backtrack because you're like, wait a minute, what's the flow? Well, there might not be a flow. The goal is to just go back and make sure you're doing your part and messaging them about the +1. And so she messaged her and basically she was open because she knew that Carissa knew that she was struggling to pay for her products, and she also knew that she needed more belief. And so after she found out she was open, she scheduled a welcome call. We did a welcome call yesterday, and she made her first post. And so she's already gotten some conversation. Well, she's at the start of a conversation, and her mom is already interested as well. And so it's okay if it doesn't feel like super clear. I don't think it feels real clear to anybody. And there was another one that I did very similar to, oh yeah, I had a join a few weeks ago, and I'm doing the same thing with her. And now I'm in a 3-way chat, helping her with conversations with her +1 as well. So anyways, it's okay if it feels messy,
And
but
yeah,
go ahead.
100%, Terry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Here's the thing. You've got a 15-minute product call to invite them to tomorrow night. So if you are, the third party like Terry in that 3-way chat, you can say, hey guys, would love for you to just hop on this 15-minute call, learn about the products. It'd be a great way. And this is a super easy way that you can invite your friends and family as well. So are you seeing how all of this works together? Every part of this, the event system and the +1 system, they work together in tandem to give you the tools to grow your business and to help your people get their +1. So it really is, it feeds into each other. And so for people, even your VIPs, for them to hop on the event tomorrow night, and Brittany talked to Jordan Roddenberry, and Jordan was very instrumental and helped create the Thursday night calls, and she is very excited about them. And Jordan Roddenberry has very high standards. So if Jordan is saying that she's excited about it, it's going to be an excellent call. So to get your people on there, and even if they're not inviting their +1 to the call, it may lower their anxiety level to say, oh, well, that was easy. I can send this girl the recording, or I can invite someone to this, because they're going to be happening every single week. And the more you get familiar with it, the more your competence and confidence grows, the more it's going to feed into their confidence and competence. So I'm telling all my VIPs about the call tomorrow night. And then when I follow up about them, and I'm also talking to local people about the masterclass, actually, and all of them about the masterclass, I'm going to go back to them as a follow-up strategy and say, hey, what'd you think about it? And then say, I bet somebody came to your mind. Did anybody, who came to your mind while you were watching that?
All right, Carissa just asked me a question. Does this kind of do away with messenger chats? I mean, I feel like it, or messenger events. I think that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. How would you answer that,
I think it
Christina?
depends if what's working.
Yeah,
What's working? If you have a system and it's working, do not break it.
yeah.
This
I mean,
is just an additional thing. Messenger parties do not work for me or my people. In fact, I really don't like them. They just don't work. So out the window. But if they're working for you, great. This is just another tool in your tool belt. But you're going to have to think from a duplication standpoint because everything you do will duplicate. Is it easy if you're doing messenger chat parties, will your people be able to do them? Will that duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5 levels down? If so, fantastic. If not, you may need to do a pivot. Christina, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I think that's true for everybody. I also don't do messenger events. I don't generally do a lot of events because I mean, I do a lot of in-person events. I want my team to know how to recruit independently. So I spend more time teaching them conversations. Now, that also being said, this product event, will I change my personal recruiting style to use this product event? No. Here's why. I don't need a product opportunity call Thursday night at 9 to close the deal. I know how to sell product. I've been doing it a long time. The point of the product call is so that somebody who's brand new that comes in that does not know how to start conversations, build belief, handle objections, share the product, have a third party tool. That's a lot of things that I have to teach somebody who's wanting to build a business. They need something to plug people into. So that's the point of the call. So I don't want any of you feeling like, okay, well, somebody asked on Monday about the products, but I'm going to wait and plug them into the call Thursday. The process for recruiting is the same. Send a tool, ask the questions, send the tool, handle the objections, close the deal. You guys know how to recruit. That doesn't change. What changes is now the third party tool for the new person can be that standing product event on Thursday. So I just want to put that in motion. I do plan to utilize the opportunity event. Absolutely. And I'll use the product event. I'll just use it for people who are ready for it on Thursday. Like I won't make a Monday prospect wait until Thursday because I have resources I can send them in the meantime. But for the opportunity, that's most people don't make a business opportunity in the same day, like a decision. So I mean, it's usually an ongoing process. And so I will use that opportunity event for that because it's a good third party tool, and I don't have a great third party tool that I love for the business. So I think this will be it, and it changes, which means I can always use it as new information for follow up. So I want to put that caveat in there too. If you are recruiting, then you keep recruiting the way you're recruiting. If you're recruiting 3 or 4 a month, you've got this down. The product event is a duplicatable tool. It's a system for you to plug people into.
Yeah, I used the call last night. Wait, no, never mind. My thought was I can use the product calls to also help build belief. Like I have a few people that just joined me, and so I want them to be able to hear from other people. So it's also third party validation too, is what my thought was. Like I'm never gonna like put off a conversation and or initially just reach out and say, hey, I wanted to invite you, like as their first message. I'm not gonna just say, hey, I want to invite you to this event. Like I'm gonna go ahead and have my normal conversation. So I don't think it's going to change anything about my recruiting either.
I agree with the building belief. I literally just told my assistant, I'm like, hey, anybody that's joined me over the last 5 months, I sent a different text for people that were 6 months or older, but 5 months or older, I want to utilize the product call tomorrow night to cast vision for long-term health, build belief, etc. So it's a great retention tool as well.
Yeah. And I think it is a great tool for, I mean, it's every single week. Like when you have somebody come in, if you have somebody wanting to do the +1, then it's a system for them to go invite some of their people. I mean, it takes the work. Like it's not them having to have the conversation. They're just basically inviting them to the call.
Not only that, but imagine this. You get a message on Tuesday from a product user who's feeling frustrated with their results. Got some detox, they've fallen off the wagon with consistency, whatever. how nice to be able to say, listen, this doesn't have to hold you back. Every person who feels their best now, they also went through periods of this. Why don't you come join me Thursday night at 9? It's just a product opportunity event. Like you're just going to be hearing stories of other people's success on the products. But I really think that that would encourage you to stick it out. I never want my customers to quit on a bad day. Let's wait till your next great day and then make a decision. Why don't you join me Thursday? So do you see how now I'm using that to even turn the tide of a disgruntled customer or whatever to that? And I can do that every single week.
Yeah, and I think I'll use it also for like people that are in my funnel that I know that are eventually going to join me, but maybe it's a timing issue or whatever it is. I do think that I will use it to help build the belief in the products. And hopefully that will encourage, I mean, hearing other people's stories, hopefully that will just be another way to follow up with them.
Danny, are you inviting VIPs every week? Am I inviting the same VIPs every week? No. I'll invite this week I am. I'm inviting all of them this week. Next week I'll invite anybody who maybe seems a little discouraged on their product journey. Anybody that had great feedback from tomorrow's call, I'll invite again. Like, hey, you loved Thursday night's call so much. Did you know it happens every week and it's new stories every time? Because here's what happens when you build somebody's belief in the products and they hear from somebody who maybe struggled with Crohn's. They might not struggle with Crohn's, but they hear that and they think, oh my gosh, my mom freaking struggles with Crohn's. And then you can say, hey, that recording, you have it in your inbox. What if we just send it to mom? So it just kind of starts to widen the scope of what our products can do for a wide range of people.
And like for this week, local people, I'm inviting to the master class to come to my house. And so, just some discernment there on who you're going to be talking to, because there'll be another event next week that I can invite local people to.
Yep.
Can you explain the master class a little? Okay, we don't have too much information, but here's what I know. Once a month, corporate is bringing in experts to talk about a topic. This month, it's called Gut Health Masterclass. So the way I am billing it is we're waiting for a graphic. We're getting graphics that you're going to hear. Everybody hears about gut health. Everybody, it's such a buzz term. Our company, because we're the OG gut health company for the whole family, we are bringing together industry experts so that you can learn about gut health. That's basically all I'm saying. And it's going to be different topics once a month. We are using it as a tool. Brittany lives 15 minutes away from me. So we're using it as a tool to, one, build community. We're going to invite our VIPs and our business builders so we can get together. You guys know what it's like when we get together. Build community builds belief. But we're also using it as a prospecting tool because a lot of people not a lot of people. Everybody's heard about gut health. So it will draw a wider audience, and they might not want to come to a Plexus event, but everybody wants to learn about gut health. If they do a master class on hormones and gut health, everybody wants to learn about that. If they do a master class on gut health in kids, everybody with kids wants to learn about that. So it's a great way to expand the net and build community. I hope that helps. And if you're not in a place where there's a local event, you can always register, watch it virtually. And if you don't watch live, and even if you do, you should get the recording to the email that you register with. And last thing on that, unless of course I think of something else, I would definitely be watching these because you are also accruing a mental Rolodex of tools that you can be giving to people in the future. So if you come across somebody who, say they do a master class on kids and gut health, you can easily give them this class or this recording on gut health. Say somebody doesn't know anything. You're just building your own belief and accruing information to send as a follow-up tool in the future. What are the questions? Yeah, go for it.
So with people that have agreed to come to the products call, like I have a few people in my inbox that say like, yeah, send me the link. What is a good way to kind of like follow up with that? Like what is, what are you looking forward to hearing or what do you struggle with? Kind of like what's your follow-up question?
I would have to have more of the information from the conversation. So you're inviting them to the event. Do you know anything about their story yet, or you're just this is like the initial jumping point of the conversation?
So like I sent 15 people like invitations yesterday. 5 responded and said, yeah, send me the link. And I mean, it's just, they're all follow-ups, but they're just all at different processes. Most of them are young mamas working, stuff like that. And so low energy, things like that, but they're all kind of at different spectrums beyond
So
that.
what I would do is thank them for agreeing to jump on and tell them that you're excited to get their feedback. This is something new that we're doing and you can't wait to hear more. I would set a reminder to follow up tomorrow, an hour before the event, and then I would check in after the event. Because the mission is get them on the call, not recruit them. If you try to go into a recruiting conversation right now, then it's going to feel like out of those 5, 3 are probably actually interested. 2 are probably just being nice. So if you try to turn it into a recruiting call, you actually could be chopping yourself off at the knee. Whereas if you just thank them for their excitement, open up the invite critical feedback based off of what they learn, remind them tomorrow, all of that's great service, and then checking in after the fact, whether it's tomorrow night when it's over, I would say here's what stood out to me the most on the call. 1 or 2 sentences about what you were inspired by. And then I would say, what about you? What did you relate with the most?
Wimberly, I just want to point out if you sent out 15 messages and you had 5 responses, that is a 33% return rate. Go send 15 more today because, you've got 5 yeses. They're not all going to show up, like Christina said. That's a fantastic response rate. You have found your niche. Go do that again and again and again and again. And then take the feedback that they get from Thursday night, tweak, wash, rinse, repeat, as long as you're getting results and they convert. Great job. And you may want to look at, sorry, just one more thing. You may want to just analyze that a little bit more in depth. Like, what have you been doing? Like, think through, how did I get this response rate? Is this the first time? How many times have I followed up? Really dig down to figure out why you got that. And then you can duplicate it. Was it a first message? Was it a 10th? Was there any patterns? Really take a look at that.
Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And then I'll drop my message that I sent some of them in the Goal Getters chat.
Yeah, and I'll send it to you, Christina.
Perfect. Literally exactly what I was about to say, Michelle. Same brain. I also, I know many of you have a focus on retention right now. I wonder, Michelle, if we should not do like a retention, like you mentioned, you called it like a huddle or something, like a retention huddle. Or maybe I did because
Power
huddle
hour.
hour. Okay, yeah, you called it a power hour. In my brain, I went to retention huddle. But maybe we should do something like that around this same time, once a week or twice a month or something. This is not related to the topic, but I'm just wondering if that would help people with their retention rates.
Well, I'll tell you definitely. And just so you guys know, as Jules, we've been talking about this topic and we understand that our retention system needs updating and tweaking. Here are the fundamentals of retention: connection and consistency taking products. If you can get your people taking their products, and if you are connecting with them, your retention rate is going to be better. Now, here are the tools to help them do that: building their belief in the products, AKA Thursday night, AKA Gut Health Masterclass, and then +1, because the science shows if they make any dollar amount from Plexus, they are more likely to continue ordering 3 months down the road. And then if they go silver, 18 months down the road. So your goal, Those are kind of the frameworks we're working with. So you have the pillars on which to hang retention on, if you know what I mean. So we're going to be putting our heads together, and maybe we will do once or twice a month or whatever. Just know that's on our radar, and you've got something to work with now.
And also know that the jewels are not the smartest people in the room. So if you've got retention figured out and you're getting results, you can implement your own retention system and share what you're doing. 'Cause we're out here just trying to figure it out too. So, again, leaders are initiators. And so, yeah.
If I could confirm the recording for the calls for Thursday night product calls, that's going to be on the ambassador Facebook group, correct?
I don't know.
I don't know, but if you register, what happened Monday is I got the recording. When I registered, I got an email, and then that night I got the recording. So
Got
if
it.
you register, my thought is you're going to get a recording.
Okay, thank you.
Have you registered for the call yet on for Thursday night? Because I just tried like putting it in the browser and it didn't come up.
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find that link again because
It's
it's not.
LexisLink.com/Thursday. Christy made us a hyperlink that we can remember. LexisLink.com/Thursday. It'll work every Thursday. And if you change Thursday to Monday, it'll work every Monday.
We'll drop
And
it on the chat.
I just posted in Freedom Team the graphic with all of the calls on it and all of those links, not that new cool one that Christy made, but the other ones. And it'll be pinned to the top. So if you need it, it's in Freedom Team, pinned to the top of the page.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember the bit, like the W.
Yeah, me neither. I have to look up the link.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that ain't gonna work for my brain. But plexislink.com/Monday, I got that one in my brain. And what's really cool also, Michelle, once you register for the call, after the call, you have the recording. If you just type back in that link again, it takes you to the recording. So like right now, if I go type in plexislink.com/Monday, it's the recording from Monday for me. It's not if I can't send that to somebody else and they get the recording, but for me, because it's my browser and my whatever, it shows up the recording, which is cool. Yes, Wimberly, that is my that is my goal getters chat. Awesome. Michelle, does the bottom of your feet get hot on the walking pad? I know that's a weird question.
Do yours?
Well, I walk barefooted. And so then they do get hot.
I can see that. That would probably have something to do with it.
Just wondered if that happened to anyone else. I tried to wear my UGG slippers, but sometimes my walking pad be catching, and then it's like a whole disaster.
I mean, I bet if you made a reel of that, it could go viral.
If I made a reel of a lot of my life, I would go.
I mean, you can say if I can make money, so can you.
If I can make money tripping over my own feet on a walking pad that's going nowhere.
Oh,
Come here, let me show you how to be successful.
I just snorted. Oh. Okay, I'm going to ask a 101 question. Is everyone clear who the Getting Started guide is for and who the sponsor guide is for? Just, I'll put it out there so nobody has to feel called out. The sponsor guide is for you or the new VIP that says they are interested in making money with Plexus. Okay. The Getting Started guide is for the person that says, yes, I'll go get my +1. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Now you need to be familiar with both, because I know it can be tricky. So I enrolled Bree. Bree says, you know what? I think I do want to make some money. So I'm going to open my sponsor book and see what to say to her. And I'm going to give her the getting started guide. Alrighty, other questions? Thank you for that commercial break.
I just wanted to comment on that real quick, Michelle, because I was confused. I just what I thought it was. The getting started guide should not be confused with the getting started guides that we give people when they start, like how to take your products. So someone asked a question earlier about that when we were on our call. They said, "Is that the same thing as the mentorship or something?" They were confusing that, I think. So for those people who may not be on here, just so they're really clear about the getting started sheet, like the graphic for your product taking, is different from the getting started guide that's inside of your Plexus Go.
Great point. Yeah, this has nothing to do with how to take your products.
Right.
This is how to make money and how to share. We have 15 more minutes. Does anybody have a burning question, or we can give you time back? Terry, I just saw your question. Honestly, I would do exactly what the guides tell you to do. I would not mention fast start. For you, I would do exactly what the sponsor guide tells you to do.
Yep.
And don't complicate it. Do what the sponsor guide tells you to do. Now, what Christina does is, Christina's a diamond emerald. She may have a different way of talking to people, but I would 100% do what the sponsor guide tells you to do in that language.
Absolutely. If they don't join me for a business, they're going +1.
Yep.
And when they go +1, I'm like, oh, cool. Hey, you know how easy it is to grab 2 more. You make $245. Totally show you how to do that. You want to go for that? Okay, great. Now you're 3. Hey, listen, you're really close to what we call the core rank here, which is kind of a big deal. What are your thoughts on grabbing that? We can make it really simple by helping all 3 of yours grab a +3. Like it's scaffolded, incremental. If they come joining for the business, obviously the conversation is different. But yeah, even then, even if the vision casting is different, the steps are the same. Sarah, he's so dang cute. Hi. I can put my face really big in the camera too. Don't look as cute as you though.
I will say this, it is totally legit for you to go back to people that have ordered from you, new VIPs within the past 3-4 months. And you can say as a follow-up, listen, and you're assuming that they're still taking their products. My job is to help you get results. And we just found out you're 80% more likely to get results when you have somebody to do this with and use and bring up the +1 with them, with your previous joins. That is totally legitimate and you should be doing that. I'm doing that. So just keep getting conversations going. Alrighty, it's crickets. Any other burning questions? Everyone feeling better? Anybody feel anxious? Or are you good? Awesome.
Feeling good. Like I should.
That's right.
I'm not a good singer.
I think you're fabulous. I think we both make a joyful noise.
Definitely joyful noise. Man, I was annoyed. Brittany went to church with me this Sunday and she sings with a beautiful voice. I'm like, can you stop? Calm that down. For my church neighbors get excited that maybe they can hear something besides me next week. And then it's just me again. All right. Well, that was fun.
Thanks everybody for hopping on.
Thank y'all for all the clarity.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye.